Boxing is a sport, however, it is a sweet science. It's in the hurt business. You don't play boxing. And it's a sport that a lot of people get infatuated with the sport. It's something that is a sport that you got to really love it and you have to understand it. And some fans feel like boxing is a sport that you have to knock each other out. I call it a sweet science, hit and don't get hit, so you can survive a longer career. There have been great boxing matches throughout the history of the sport. However, one that stands out is always like the Thriller in Manila when Muhammad Ali stopped Joe Frazier. It was one of the greatest battles you want to see. Muhammad Ali becoming champion again, retaining that title for years to come. However, Muhammad Ali will still be remembered as a fighter who had Alzheimer's, but it's always been an idol, a legend in boxing, the great Muhammad Ali. Being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame is a dream come true for anyone attached to the sport. To me, it was special. I wanted to be a world champion, didn't make it, but I became a champion in life as a referee, inside the ring and outside the ring as well. And to me, to this day, it's been one of the greatest moments of my whole boxing career. My tip to boxers out there watching or listening, will always remember that boxing is a sport that very few make it to become world champion of the thousands of fighters that are out there. So it's harder to keep the title than what it is to win it. I realized after I was a referee in boxing, being in the sport for many years, being an ex-national champion in the amateur, an outstanding fighter in the pros, but that didn't work out for me. That didn't pan out the way I had hoped to be. I became a referee, and becoming a referee, that's when I realized that boxing was my calling as a referee. As a young individual coming up in boxing, myself as an amateur fighter and professional fighter, there was a lot of things to be learned in the sport. And of course, that all comes with experience. Just like in life, you learn as you go along. So in boxing, you have a short period, maybe 10, 15 years at most. So you have to capitalize on that time frame, listening to your trainers, and be focused, give it all you have, because once you have all of that, the confidence level kicks in, your discipline and your self-esteem is all in one package. That's the only way you're going to try to make it to be a world champion. If you don't make it as a world champion in boxing, you could be a world champion in life. When I was young, in Spanish Harlem, New York, I met a fighter by the name of Gaspar Indian Ortega. He was my mentor. He was my big brother. He was somebody I looked up to guide me in the right direction. Coming from a single parent home, you needed somebody to kind of guide you. And Gaspar Ortega was that person in my life, came around at the right time to make me the person that I am today. Somebody that cares about not only life, but about what you're doing in life. Being lovable, caring, giving to your friends and your loved ones. But it's something that success is something you feel at the end of your, almost towards the end of your life. It's where you really feel, did I really make it? Was I successful throughout the years of my life? And I say, you know, myself, I would say, yes, I was pretty successful, but I'm not satisfied. You can't always just let your guards down. You have to keep being focused and keep going even to the end, until the day that you die. Because if you drop your guards, you're going to get hurt. So I'll try to stay focused and always keep going forward and pay it forward. In life, people say, Joe, are you satisfied with all your accomplishments? You've been around the world, you've met the greatest people in the world, you've been with 3 or 4 presidents in your lifetime, you've been at the White House on numerous occasions, you've been with all of them, you've been in movies, you've done the greatest fights in boxing history, you're inducted into 4 Hall of Fame. It's great, but you know, I still feel like there's something missing in my life. There's something missing, and I know I'm a loving, caring individual, but I feel like there's one more chapter in my life that I have to accomplish. I keep my guards up until I get there. A referee's dream is to be involved in great fights, of which I've done them all. However, if I wanted to go back, timeline, go back and say, I would have loved to have been in the ring, refereeing fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson or Muhammad Ali. Those 2 guys, they're outstanding, and their opponents would be like maybe Jake LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson, and Muhammad Ali versus Mike Tyson. Those are the dream fights. And looking at the sport of boxing, knowing the game the way I do, I look at Mike Tyson as one of the greatest heavyweights out there, but Muhammad Ali had the speed, he had the reach, he had the experience of which Mike Tyson was lacking. He didn't have the reach, he didn't have that experience. So I have to favor Muhammad Ali as one of the winners, victorious at one of my dream fights. However, the other fight, Sugar Ray Robinson, whom I felt throughout my whole career that he's always been the master boxer, the master of everything in the ring, against Jake LaMotta, against, let's say, some of the great middleweights that we've had in the last 20 years or so. I think that Sugar Ray Robinson, fighting Jake LaMotta, or fighting a Canelo Alvarez. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Canelo Alvarez would have been a great fight to see, and I still go with Sugar Ray Robinson as one of the greatest and victorious in that contest. I think that the feeling that I have inside of me of wanting to help people in the community, helping young folks, helping seniors, is something that I've always felt is, that's the way I was brought up. I'm a compassionate individual, caring for people, always trying to help out. I always want to pay it forward. My mother, Inocencia, was a person who taught me how to be loving, caring, and giving, and always doing the right thing. So I think doing that, having that kind of life, and being an individual who's loving and caring, that's something that I always wanted to do, and I still feel that way, and I think that's the best way to go in life. My experience yesterday with VRLU, with 8 to 9 hours of filming we did, we had some 2 fighters in the ring, we had a beautiful staff with the crew, with the VRLU. I think it was something very special. VRLU is a very caring company, from what I can see, very intelligent and very professional. I feel the years that I've been in the entertainment arena, been in movies, doing great fights, yesterday is a day that I can sit back and look and say, you know, these guys know what they're doing. I feel that that company, the VRLU, are going places. What are the outstanding company out there today? I would like to see the viewers who watch Joe Cortez on VRLU get the real feeling of an individual that they didn't know behind the scene who is really Joe Cortez, and you will realize that he is a man that speaks for himself, knows what he's talking about when it comes to life, caring and giving. So I think that the fans out there, the viewers, will see it exclusively on VRLU about Joe Cortez. And remember one thing in life, I'm fair but I'm firm. Touch them up. Keep your guards up at all times.